Hi guys, this is Wireheadking, and today I'm going to be teaching you the if, or, and commands in Visual Basic 2010 Express. So what these are is, for example, let's say this, and this are all ticked. The codes will know that if they're all ticked, when I press this calculate button, something will pop up in here. So, for example, when I press play, I'm going to tick all of these. When I press calculate, it should say A, B, and C. And it does, good. So then you can, type in all sorts of stuff. But, it's generally about this if, and, or stuff. Also, if I just press disable here, nothing happens. But if this or this are clicked, when I press disable, it disables it. Okay, so I'm going to be teaching you this stuff. So, I'm going to open up a new project. I'm going to discard this. I don't need it. Windows Form Application. And what we're going to do is I'm going to add three checkboxes. So that's around here. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, hang on. Didn't want to do that. Okay, so now when I move these here, that goes there. What I want to do is I want to make this one directly in the center. So I'm going to have this selected, and I'm going to go Format, Order, Center and Form, horizontally, and then that will put it directly in the middle. Just gonna have to do it again now that it's I've moved it to where I want it, so horizontally. There we go. Now this is gonna go there. In fact, actually no, there we go. So this is going to say A. So go down here in text. Yeah, that's this label. Checkbox 2 is going to say B, and checkbox 3 is going to say C. Now I'm gonna have to arrange these again. I can say there. This one, center and form horizontally. There we go. Now another thing I'm going to do is add a panel. So that's going to be down here. And what this does is it's basically a little box that you can add, and it makes things look a bit nicer. If nice is a word. Okay, I'm also going to add a label to. Hang on. Keep this. Well, so, hang on. I'm going to need to move it out the panel, then I can move it here. If you just hold down and left and right and stuff, you can position it by hand rather than having some fixed position that Visual Basic sets you. That can go there. And I'm also going to add. I think it was a text box in there. Yeah, it was a text box. Here it is. That's going to go inside the panel, like so. One end to the other. Let's just get that a bit central. There we go. And save space. I'm just going to bring it up a bit. There we go. I'm also going to add 2 buttons. In fact, no, I need to add another 2 checkboxes. So 1 and 2. Checkbox 5 goes over here, and checkbox 4 goes here. I'm going to add 2 buttons now, so 1 and 2. And then that's all for the setup. We can now go into the coding, I believe. That can go there. Bring this up, and just going to center this quickly. So format, center and form horizontally. In fact, that's already done. So format, center and form vertically, and it just moves it down just slightly. Alright then, so into the coding. What we want to do is, in fact, if we name these, so label 1 is going to be down to text. Here we go, reactor, because it's the text box is going to react to what we're doing here. Checkbox 1 can say disable 1. This can say disable 2. And we can just shift that over there. This is going to say calculate, and this is going to say disable, and just remembered we need another button to say close, because I want to also teach you how to make a a form close. If you instead of pressing X, you can just press a button and it will close. So this button can go here, and it's going to say close. Right then. Okay, so I won't bother about centering it again, it's too much time for no real reason. Now for the coding. Okay, so in this calculate thing, I'm going to click on it and we're going to type in if, oh hang on, yep, my microphone's slipping a bit. If checkbox1 checked equals true, press enter, then there's then and end if will pop up. Text box 1.text equals speech mark a speech mark. On the end if, press enter. I'm going to type in if checkbox2.checked equals true, enter again, then text box 1.text equals b. If checkbox what is it we're wanting? If checkbox 3.checked equals true, then text box 1.text equals not texted space yet equals C. If checkbox 1.checked equals true and checkbox 2.checked equals true, then enter. Text box 1.text equals a b. Now the reason why I put and there is this is just if this happens then this happens, but this is if this happens and this happens then this happens. Okay, so next line. If checkbox 1.checked equals true and checkbox 3.checked equals true, enter. Text box 1.text equals AC. Last one. If checkbox 2.checked equals true and checkbox 3.checked equals true, enter. Then text box 1.text equals BC. Oop, hang on. There we go. So that's done. Now if we were to press the debug button, click A and B, choose calculate, should say AB, just mess around with that, make sure it works. It is working as far as I can see. I think we yeah, that's fine. And just check that works, yeah. Alright then, so now we're going to get into the OR section. So, disable, click on this. If checkbox 4.checked equals true, or checkbox 5.checked equals true, then button 1.enabled equals false. Okay, so what this is earlier on we had, if we come up, we had if this happens then this happens, and down here we had if this and this happens then this happens, but now is if this or this happens then this happens. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. It should. So now if we press play, tick one of these boxes, press disable, you can see calculate has gone grey. And now we just need to set, oh wait, if we just try it with the other button as well, just to make sure it works both ways, disable, yeah. And now just make sure it doesn't do that anyway, disable. Okay, good. So now for the close thing. Okay, so double click on close. This is very easy. Me.Close, open bracket, close bracket. Very simple. So now our software should work. So A, calculate, AB, calculate. So we've got AB. Now I want to disable it, disable. Now I want to close it, close. Okay, good. So this has been Wireheadking. Thanks for watching. This has been a Visual Basic tutorial. Comment, rate, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.